Hi everyone, welcome again to VeganWise. Today our episode is gonna be a little bit different. I woke up feeling like I wanted to make some recipes, so today I'm gonna make vegan sushi for you. For our delicious temakis, we're gonna need some sushi rice. We will also, of course, need some seaweed. And you can also use any fruit or vegetable that you like to put inside your temakis. I will use cucumber, avocado, and mango today. Alright, so we have our soft boil. I'm gonna add in the rice. And this rice I bought doesn't need any vinegar or anything, so this is pretty good. So right now I will have to cover and let it simmer for 20 minutes and of course reduce the heat. I'm gonna make some iced tea for myself to go with my sushi. I don't really like to drink water with my sushi, so that's another way for you to drink extra water. If you drink like 1.5 bottles and then some cups of tea during the day, that's amazing for you. I totally recommend it. It looks amazing. Now I have to take it out of the pan and let it cool down. Check this out. Our rice is ready and it's cooling down. So we have to wait a little bit because it will take a while to cool down. So for me it's the perfect opportunity to talk about what made me do this video. And of course that reason is nutrition. We are talking about food and how to make fun food that is also very healthy for you. And for me it's really sad to see people becoming vegan to drop it out just a couple of months later because they are not reaching the nutrition values that they should have for protein, zinc, calcium, and those are things that we are going to talk about today because you stop being healthy because you want to be healthy and the planet to be healthy, and that's not good for you. Being vegan is not only eating carrots and lettuce. If you're doing that, you're doing it very wrong. You should, of course, as meat eaters as well, be getting the protein, the zinc, the iron, everything you need, right? So let's talk a little bit about protein, shall we? We are wrongly taught growing up that protein comes from animals, and I hate that. It breaks my heart that people still think that way because we as humans only produce 10% of the protein we need for ourselves, and we are animals, so surprise, other animals only produce about 10 to 20% of the protein they need. So plants are actually the ones that take the nitrogen from the air and transform it into amino acids. Amino acids are proteins. It's kind of sad for me to see this generation where nobody talks about it at school or our doctors, that are people who are supposed to talk about nutrition with us, right? We go to a doctor and we have low levels of zinc and they're like, oh, you need to eat more meat. And no, we should be eating protein in its original form, that is actually in plants. So where can you get your protein in plants? You say, sometimes it's a little bit hard. Vegans turn to a lot of options like soy, tempeh, tofu, seitan. Those are good options, but for me, we find the higher levels in like hemp seeds, peanuts, pumpkin seeds, almonds, sunflower seeds, lentils when cooked, cashews, and flax seeds. Did you know that? It goes from about 18 grams to 75 grams of protein per 100 grams of food cooked, so that's a lot, right? We can also find it in vegetables, but you don't find a lot. You have like kale, some squash, they have protein as well, but it's like the higher state is like 4 grams per 100 grams. That's not a lot. When I was a meat eater, I never ate a lot of legumes and beans, and that's really wrong because the highest levels of proteins are there in soybeans, broad beans, black beans, chickpeas, peas, green beans, oh my god, lentils. It's everything there and it's so healthy for you, so you should make that choice. Also, I wanted to talk a little bit about iron and zinc because a lot of people don't know this information and there are not, imagine like for calcium we have almond milk or that kind of stuff to replace it that is human made, or seitan for protein, but iron and zinc are in no kind of processed food that people do, so you can find high levels of iron and zinc in kale, cabbage, spinach, broccoli, beans, lentils, legumes, and whole grains. Of course you need to consume and make that choice of getting whole grain rice and whole grain pasta, but it has a lot of these values they need, and it's of course in fruits as well, and nuts, in seeds, and that's awesome, right? So the last thing I wanted to talk about is calcium. As a vegan, I became in love with milk because when I drank cow milk, I didn't do it. I hated cow milk. It gave me nauseas. It was awful for me. But being a vegan and having all the options like cashew milk, rice milk, almond milk, rice milk again, because that's my favorite one. Like, you have so many options in the market like oats, soy. I don't really like soy milk, but a lot of people do, and you have those options, of course, and of course like vegan cheese, but you can find it in nature if you don't want to eat those processed foods, because milk is of course processed unless you make it at home, which is pretty easy. I found out the other day. But you can find calcium in broccoli, kale, Chinese cabbage, and sea vegetables, which is pretty cool, right? So while we wait for our vegetables to be chopped, which I will do in a minute, and our rice to cool down, I wanted you to think about what you've been eating and how can you change your habits into being more healthy, because if you eat broccolis and rice every day, of course that has a high level of calcium, but where are you getting your protein from, right? Okay everyone, I will finish the video here. We have our beautiful temaki. Look at it, yum. It smells good. And I'll have my tea as well with it. I'll have to take it from the fridge, but yeah, everything seems good. I'm gonna top this with some soy sauce. You can top it with teriyaki, sriracha, anything you love, to be honest. Well, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe my channel, share the video, all that kind of stuff. Share the love, the vegan love. And yeah, have a wonderful day everyone.